Hey, LGBT collab. This is Adam for Tuesday. The topic of the week is transgenders and if you would date a male to female or a female to male trans person. This topic is actually a really hard topic for me to talk about, not because of the fact that I don't know what to say, but just because it deals with me directly. So I have some strong feelings upon it. The first thing I want to bring up is on Monday's video, it was mentioned that she wouldn't date a trans person simply because it would make her question her sexuality. That's kind of understandable in a way, and I appreciate her opinion, and don't get me wrong, I respect her for saying it, but the truth is if everyone's questioning their sexuality about dating a trans person and would refuse to date a trans person just based upon their the fact that they have to question their sexuality, then that's kind of messed up, because if that's the case, then male to females and female to males would never be able to find someone who will just love them for them. If it's a different story if you actually tried to go on a date with someone who was trans and, had everything else in common with them, just, you weren't sure on how to go about it because, obviously it's something different than what a lot of people are used to, but at least make an attempt, to just go on a date even. I'm not saying, different people can go, not everybody can date someone who's trans, but to at least make an attempt at a date or something is one thing. You know what I mean? Starting a relationship is a whole other thing. So, if you're just going to judge somebody just based upon the fact that they're trans on whether or not you would date them, I don't think that's really right. At least give them a chance first. That's my opinion, because, honestly, before I transitioned, I've thought about this before, and honestly, that was one issue in my mind that almost kept me from transitioning, was the fact that, okay, if I transition, I'm not going to be able to be with a lesbian because, I have facial hair and I look like a guy. But at the same time, I was worried, okay, well, even though I felt like I needed to transition, I wouldn't be able to be with a lesbian, but at the same time, I wouldn't be able to be with a straight girl because she wouldn't want to be with me because I don't biologically have a penis. So I was kind of caught in the middle, and I almost, wasn't sure on whether to transition or not, just simply because I would like to find, somebody to be with the rest of my life, just the same as anybody else. And, luckily, my girlfriend now, she's kind of bisexual, which a lot of people could say bisexual people, that's still one type that you can date, but not really in a way, because there's some bi people out there that want both, male and female, and, I'm not okay with that, so I just need someone who's just gonna love me for me as a person. And I think that's all love should really be about. Who cares about labels, you know what I mean? Honestly, whether you're gay, straight, or bi, it really doesn't matter. Personally, would I date someone who is trans? As a female to male, I don't think I would, because I'm not attracted to men, which, I can't say I would never, okay? Because I never know, If I fell in love with someone who was trans, before they transition or something, then yes, I would make an attempt, at trying to be with them. But, but if they were already transitioned, then I don't know if I'd be able to find them attractive enough to even date them. You know what I mean? As a male to female, would I date a male to female? Most definitely. There are a lot of male to females out there who are very gorgeous, who even are better looking than biological females, to be honest with you. There's a lot of male to females I find very attractive. My only issue is that they'd be a lot taller than me for the most part, because I'm kind of a short guy. But that would not be a reason for me to not date a male to female. So yeah, that's all I really want to say about this topic, is to get my point across. Even if you don't feel like dating a trans person, you're not sure if you could or not, at least go on a date with somebody if you match up with in every other way, because it's not worth it to just say no entirely and turn somebody down on a basis of them being trans. That's kind of almost like discrimination, you know, and it's personal preference, but it's also a little bit more than personal preference. So yeah, that's my opinion on it, and hopefully, you know, you guys will get what I'm saying. Alright.